So welcome your brand new database designer tool. It's called dbschema. You can find it at dbschema.com. And I want to make a disclaimer. This is not a sponsored video. Okay, this is a tool that I've started to use a few days ago, and it really blew my mind. It changed the way I approach database design. It includes has two versions, one version that is pro that you have to pay for, and another version that is the free one. There are a few differences which I'm gonna show you shortly, and there are beautiful features that we can do with this. So let's have a look at the difference between the two versions. We have the editions are community and the pro edition, and they are both really good. And honestly, the pro edition, which is the one I will be using, is actually really worth your money. So I'm gonna open up dbschema. Is connected. So basically, what I've done, I connected to a database. In this case, a database for SQL, for PostgreSQL. Let's move this one out of the way, and I'm gonna show you how we can generate a database schema for something like a book catalog. So let's create a table called book, and we're gonna add a column. We're gonna call it book ID. It's an integer, primary key. So then we're gonna have, for example, book, actually just title, which is gonna be a varchar, and let's say 200 characters of length, and we want it not to be null. Then we want to have what else can be in a book, the ISBN code, also varchar. I don't know the length, let's say 100 for the purpose of this example. It's good enough. Now we want to have an authors table where we're gonna have author ID and the primary key. Then we want to have name, and also want it to be mandatory. And then we want to have surname. This one maybe not mandatory, maybe not all authors have a surname. And then we want a join table. We want to have book author, and in this one we're gonna have book ID, and we want this one to be not null, because of course you want the relationship between the two. And then we want to have an author ID, again integer and mandatory, not null. Click OK, and now we need to link this book ID with this book ID, author ID with this author ID. Now we can do book ID, OK, author ID, OK, and it just created the foreign key. So as you can see, this is where if I double click in here, and then I'm gonna look at the table, it's gonna tell me that's the book ID, but on the table I can actually see the foreign keys, where foreign key book author book goes to public.book, which is this table here, and the foreign key book author goes to public.author, which is the table in here. What else can we do? Let's say we want to have a category. Then we're gonna have a category ID. We're gonna have an integer and primary key. Then we want to make a category name, just name, and then we want to have parent. The parent is gonna be an int. Let's see what is an int. Come find int. It should be here somewhere, right? Integer, okay. And now we can set, so why did I put this parent? Because I want to show you how you can do, so if I go here and I want the parent to reference category ID, can you see how the keys actually get reordered? It's not exactly what I want, right? So what I can do, I can go on the table view and then click on the foreign keys and say that I want to go from the table category, and then I want to go from the column parent is going to refer the category ID, and this way I have basically made a connection between those two. Then I can add a new table and say book category, because a book can belong to multiple categories, and the name is category ID, integer and not null. Then I want to have book ID and integer not null, and now category ID is going to reference the category ID table, and the book ID is going to reference the book ID table. And yeah, I can make any kind of relationship in a database in a visual way, and it's really simple to do so. Now if I'm gonna open up my DB Viva, so I'm gonna open up okay, DB Viva just opened, and is open to my demo database. We have my demo database here, and we're gonna see the public schema that has a diagram, and as you can see, I got the author, book, categories, book category, book author. There are other features in here. For example, I can add dialogues. I can define multiple layouts. For example, I can create a layout, alternative layout, just to see, for example, I'm interested just in these three tables. And now my schema is simpler, simply because I'm showing, instead of all the relationship, I'm gonna just show the ones that are about a book and an author. I can also define views, I can define functions, I can define sequences, I can define materialized view, etc. Really cool tool, I highly recommend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you aren't already, please subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.